First thing we need to know, there you go, is the resolution of the video. Resolution, by resolution, I mean dimensions. Like right here, you see 1440 by 900. So I'm talking about that kind of thing. But you get that from what, if Dad tells you a video, you go to it and you look it up. So what he told me is he wants it to be the same resolution as this video right here. So what I did is I right-clicked on it. I click and push inspect element anywhere on the page. Wait for that. We got to be in Chrome, by the way. Open up Chrome. It's the best browser, basically. Then I come over here. Click once inspect element opens. Click on this little magnifying glass down here in the bottom left. Click that, and then click an element on the page. In our case, we need to click the video, and then you see here that the video is highlighted. And right here in the code for the video, you'll see that it says 854 by 504, which is our resolution. So there we have the resolution. And so now I know what size to make my canvas. So I say new, Command N, or just file new, and I'll call it video backdrop, and I'll say 854, which is what I read, by 504, 72 resolution. Excuse me, those dimensions, resolution 72, and everything else is fine. Press OK, and here we go. This is what I got. So now we're going to get started. Basically, you can create a million different ways, like different backdrops. This is just one style that he sent me that he liked, so I'm just going to try to recreate it. Basically, over here under the paint bucket tool, or for you it may be the gradient tool, just come over here and right click it and you'll see both of them. You're going to click the gradient tool. And basically all this tool does is just create a gradient, which is like a fade from one color to another. So if we had black and white, it would fade from black to white smoothly. But in our case, we want a nice gradient. So I'm going to choose these colors, which I have already set. Here's your foreground color down here, and here's your background color. Go ahead and click on your foreground color and make it this number down here on the bottom. Change that to make it 668192. That's the color. And it'll give you that color, and then once you've put that in, press OK. And then for the background color, press that and make that color 0E2636, and that'll give you that color. Once you're done with that, your gradient tool up here should look like this, and that's what we want because those are the colors. And then you'll find that once you click and drag and let go, like see I clicked in the center, I drag outward, and it gives me that, which is similar to what we want, but it's not quite. So undo that. I'm going to press Command Z, and you're going to come up here to the top, the options bar, and you'll see here that right now I have linear gradient selected. We need to have radial gradient selected, so I'm going to go ahead and click that, and then do it again from the middle, drag out, and bang. But I also have reverse checked up here, which I shouldn't have checked. You may not have it, I know I do. So just uncheck that if it is checked. Undo that, and let's do it one more time, and this time it should work. And bang, now we have our gradient, right? Beautiful. Now, I am going to type Extraction Pro in here because that's the one that we're making right now. Extraction Pro. I gave you this font earlier. It's called Franchise. Beautiful, beautiful typeface. Basically, I'm going to change the color to white. Sorry if I go fast. You can pause and rewind. There we go. We have white, but we don't want to keep it like that. We want to give it like this metal effect. So I'm going to double click over here on the layer in my layers palette, and brings up the layer style dialog box. And basically what I'm going to do is several things. You can pause the video when I tell you to. That way you can have the style. You can read like the options that I've set. So I'm going to come up here, and basically you're going to click on gradient overlay, double click this little fade gradient little box thing right. You're going to take this black to like a light gray. Beautiful, like that's fine. The color I have is DA for that gray, and press OK. And then I'm going to leave it like that, and the next thing that I'm going to do is add a drop shadow. So you can see here my settings. You might want to pause it and you check these settings. You can see my colors. I have normal 100%, gradient versus unchecked, style linear, align with layers checked, angle 90 degrees, scale 100%. So you might want to pause the video there and get those down. Next we're going to move on to drop shadow, which is right here. I'm going to change this from distance. Actually, my settings are pretty good right here. Just going to turn down this a little bit to about right there till I'm halfway satisfied. Beautiful. So now you can see my settings. My blend mode is set to multiply, opacity 49%, angle 120%, use global light is checked. You can pause it right here and just read these for yourself if my words are confusing you, or if, like, I don't know, it's just hard to understand. Just pause it and look at them. It makes it easier even for me. The next thing you can do, those are the drop shadow settings. The next thing that I'm going to do is bevel and emboss. And what I'm going to do here is take this, I'm going to check that, and you can have a gander at these settings. Basically, you know, just pause and look at this. I don't have to say all these things. So just pause and look at these. Match your settings up with mine. But the one thing we're going to change is this shadow mode opacity. We're going to change that all the way to the bottom. Make sure your highlight mode is white. Click this box over here to change the color. White, 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 white. FF, you can do FFF or just drag the thing all the way up to the top left and that'll give you white. 75% is fine. I'm going to raise it up a little bit to like 88. You can see my shading is at 90 and 37. Use global light is unchecked. And once you've got all that done, just press OK. And now it's not the greatest thing in the world, but we've kind of got this little... it's actually not very good at all. There we go. Now you can see a little better. I'm sorry, I have a better... I got to do this gradient a little better. I'm going to make this a little darker. And that's fine. Okay, great. So there you can see we got our little gray effect, and our little metal effect, and we just drop that in the middle, and now we have ourselves a backdrop. To be finished with this, just save that bad boy out, and save it as a JPEG, send it to Dad, and you'll be all done. I'm going to save mine to my desktop as a JPEG. And voila. Alright. I'm also going to give you this PSD. In the description of this video, there'll be a link to the PSD of this video. You can download that and look at, my layer styles over here, and just make sure everything matches up, I guess. But yeah, that's the way that goes. Actually, another tip, just because I don't like this effect that much, if you want, I've got this thing over here. That's a much better style. That's much better. Okay, great. We'll use this one instead. Now you can match your styles up with that. Now I changed it up a little bit. So basically, when you come over here, basically all you're going to need to do, I know I'm switching up a lot. I'm sorry. Just type out your Extraction Pro, and it should look like that. Once you're done with that, come over here to your Layers palette. You'll see this little FX thing. Hold down Alt, click on the FX button right there, and drag up to your layer. And you'll see that the styles are transferred over again. Look at the canvas over here, and you'll see what I just did. It basically duplicated the styles over. That way, it makes less work for you. And you can use that metal effect whenever you want. Just pop open the document and drag it over. Hold down Alt, click on the effects, and drag it over, and you'll see that. So there you go. That's that. That's how you create the backdrop, alright? I'll see ya.